Chrissy here with Footprint Tarot. Something big has gone down in the White House apparently over the last 12, 20 hours or 24 hours. So I've come across this reading and I have altered the word to duck. Not because I'm anti-swearing myself. I've been known to use it, but I just don't for myself, and it doesn't really offend me when other readers use it. For myself, I'd just rather not. So it's a what the duck spread, or what the actual duck. So I'm going to do this reading. It's a 6-card reading, and I'm going to use my Victorian Steampunk deck, and if I need any clarifiers, I'm going to use some Sibylla cards. Now these are the first time I will have used these cards, and it came with a little white book, but it didn't go into the meanings of the cards. So I found, what's it called, goldenmoondeer.wordpress.com, Golden Moon Deer, all one word, and she has all the cards. She translated, or they are translated them from an Italian site, all the pictures and meanings and all that. So I will have to ask you to bear with me because I might have to look some things up. From what I've seen, others like Rosie and White Wave Tarot, and even Lena, who's used these Sibylla cards as clarifiers before, they are pretty self-explanatory, but sometimes you want a bit more depth, and that's where. So I don't pretend to know everything about every card. I'm not psychic. I'm intuitive, and I don't feel that I'm particularly sensitive or anything like that. So I do, by profession, I am a scientist. So I do a lot of critical thinking with the cards and what the cards present me as well. So that's my way of doing it, using intuition. But sometimes I don't use critical thinking. Sometimes I'll look at a card and the first thing that pops into my head, that's what I apply for it. And sometimes something will pop into my head, and then what'll pop into my head is, no, that's not right. It's something else. Look again. So that's the way I work. And I love doing different spreads, trying different spreads, because all of them bring something to the table, even variations of the Celtic cross. So let's have a look at what the duck has gone down in the White House. Okay. What is the face of the challenge in the White House? And after I've done this, I might do a little bit clarification because I have a couple of questions. Okay. Knight of Dragonflies, Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, the Knight of Dragonflies, is often a romanticized figure, or someone who's not all that they seem. They represent this romantic to the world. And it's interesting that this is, because this is the face of my challenge. This is what it appears to be. And because it's the Knight of Cups, which can sometimes represent someone who is not all they appear to be, they're a romanticized version of what they really are, what it appears to be may not really be the issue. So we'll see how we go. So what they might come out with on the news, because apparently nothing's come out yet about it on CNN, but Mike Pence, if you don't know, Mike Pence's plane was called back mid-flight. He sent the message, come back, we need you back at the White House now. Apparently there was a huge argument happening. One reader said this huge argument happening. Linda G, the Comanche psychic, wonderful. I love watching Linda G. She did a Meg Rick post, which is highly unusual for her. She said she saw military uniform, and I have a theory about that, which I'll go into a little bit later. But they're saying so. Now, the crux of what bounds me, the crux cracks. The cracks of what bounds me. This is the Eight of Beetles. Eight of Beetles, Eight of Pentacles. Working at it. Fine details. It's being bound in details. Lots and lots of details, I think, in this case. I think they're saying it's about one thing. And maybe there was an argument in the White House, but I don't think that's what it was really all about. I think that might be. I think there's probably lots of arguments in the White House. One reader saying it's about Ivanka having turncoat. I think she did that months ago, but that's... Anyway, but this is all about not money in this case, but I mean, yes, a lot of things happening. She might have turned turncoat. If it is Ivanka, she might have turned turncoat about money. But this can also mean lots of details. So again, we'll go ahead and have a look some more. So that's the actual what is real about it. So this is what they're presenting. I think this is what they want people to believe. That somebody's not what they seem. Maybe Ivanka is not what she seems. And it's all about money. But what is it really about? Two of Beads, Two of Swords. A decision's having to be made. Two of Swords can often represent divorce, so maybe it wasn't Ivanka and her father arguing. It could have been Melania and Donald. Because it can often mean divorce. But whatever it is, there's a decision that has to be made, and they can't really see their way clearly at the moment. The traditional right-away card, the person holding the swords, person to having to make the decision at the crossroads, they're blindfolded. There's no blindfold here, so they're having to make a decision. But it's bees. And bees move very, very fast, very, very quickly. So maybe they're being pushed into a decision, whatever's going on. It's about a decision that has to be made quickly. And there's a feeling there, room there, that Trump is going off his head, so maybe he's not in a position to make that decision quickly. So there's a decision that has to be made, and it has to be made with speed. What is wrong about this? The Knight of Bees. Charging in. Here's this, things happening speedily again. The Knight of Beads, or the Knight of Swords, can often represent someone who is a fighter for others. But in this case, I think it's about a really, really chaotic situation, because it can also represent chaos. And again, a chaotic situation, fast moving. Things are happening quickly. This is with the bees. The bees, they move quickly. They don't just float on the breeze. And they are busy bees. They do lots of things really quickly. And this, you know, I honestly just picked up this deck, because it was lying there. I hadn't put it away from the other night. On the bottom is the Seven of Moths. That's having to stand their ground, having to defend things in the light. So anyway, whatever the decision is, it's got to be made quickly, and having to make it quickly is causing a lot of chaos. What do I need? Where do we need more info? Where do they need more info? Ten of Moths, Ten of Wands, a lot more actions required. In this case, it's not a burden of having to carry it. It's all the information they still have to get in. They have to make a decision, and they have to make it quickly, and it's causing a lot of chaos, but they don't have enough information to take action yet. They need more. They need a lot more, but it's not coming in quickly enough for them. What can they do? The Emperor. This is interesting. This is Trump, the Emperor. Or it could be Putin. And I will tell you why in a few, why this could be Putin. What do they need to do? Talk to somebody. Talk to the Emperor. In this case, it could be Putin. And now it comes to why I think that they might be trying to say it's about one thing, but it's really about another, and the speed and urgency in which decisions have to be made and why they need to get more information quickly. Okay, so I'm just going to go to my computer. Feral news about a gang of feral chickens. No, it's not about the gang of feral chickens that are terrorising the island of Jersey. Okay, 11 hours ago, it was posted online that a Russian deep water submarine explosion has left 14 people dead. So, Linda G saw military uniforms. Speed for action. I'm just going to click on this a bit more. On the Losherik submarine. A blaze broke out on the submarine. They're saying it's a gas explosion. The Russian Navy submarine. Russian Ministry. I do apologise, but I do want to find out. This is a big deal. Any submarine, no matter who they are, what country they believe, these things are death traps. And, 14 people died. It appears it might have been in port, I think, by the looks of it, or not very far offshore. I don't think it was deep sea or anything, but I think that could have something to do with the submarine explosion. It's a big deal. Perhaps they're thinking of offering their assistance to Russia in the investigation, even though, oopsie daisy, I'll just pick that card up. Oopsie daisy. Oop. Yes, you saw me. Oh, damn it. I fell in something. Oh, I don't like it when my cards get accidentally a little bit dirty. Now it's got a little bubble in it. Flatterer. That's what fell to the ground. But anyway, so let's have a look. Is this actually about the Russian submarine? Is that what it's really about? Important revelation. It's an important revelation. The Russians are claiming it was a gas explosion. I think others might be thinking it was something nuclear. Presents. It's interesting. That to me, a present, a bribe. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to make of that. It's an important revelation. It might not be about the Russian submarine. Whatever it is, it's really important. And if it's not about the Russian submarine, which I might look at it in a day separately, an important revelation. And the next thing I did was presents. Money. Money can be presents. Bribes. Now, I think in this instance, I don't know lots of details. Money. Someone not seeming who they present themselves to be. Chaos. Needing to know a lot more. The Emperor. Let's see what the Emperor's about. Who's the Emperor? They need to talk to the Emperor. Who's the Emperor? A quarrel. A quarrel. Now, somebody said, Sienna Rose, I believe, that there was lots of shouting and yelling heard. There was a huge fight. So I think it is to do with Don Jr. Having explored the submarine question, I don't think it's to do with that. I think it is to do with what the cards initially indicated. Someone not being who they say they are. Lots of details about money. The theory is that Ivanka has turned tattletale, that she's a cuckoo in the nest. I've thought that for a long time. I did a reading on her soon after I started doing, this is July last year, and said back then that she was going to make a deal, that she's a thief, that she was going to make a deal so she could be with her children. Not, come on little girl, this is Cameo and she's being a little pain, but she wanted to be there for her children. She would do anything to protect her children, which, you know, I don't have a high opinion of her, but full props to her if that's the case. Hang on a moment. G'day, I'm back. Little girl, she needed some loving, so that is what it is. They're cats. They don't wait. Okay. It's tend to be now or disruption forever. Okay, so quarrel, the Emperor. Is it about money? A sweet card. What's So the face, the tracks of the bands, a sweet card. That is the sweet card. I'll just have to find it. Sweet. I'm sorry, I'll just have to pause it again. Okay, I'm back. Sweetheart, the sweet deal. Friendly conversation, the Ace of Hearts. From first, it's delayed news. From the sounds of it, it wasn't a friendly conversation. Displeasure. I think this is Ivanka. This is Trump's displeasure with her. Ivanka's been misrepresenting herself to her father for ages. She's been telling tales about money. He's found out about it. Displeasure. Huge quarrel. Major decisions having to be made. They've got to find out what she's told, the burden of what she's told. They've got to face up to that. It's causing chaos. It's causing chaos and the need to make swift decisions. You'd think that calling a vice president back from wherever he was going because of a daddy-daughter quarrel would be ridiculous. But then, you know, what about this White House isn't? Anyway, look, thank you very much for your patience with me. Cameo's not usually this naughty when I'm doing readings. You know, you've seen glimpses of her before, but you saw a glimpse of me today. Not looking my best, by the way. But anyway, thank you. I will do a reading on that Russian sub, and we'll see what happens there. next with that. Thank you. Please remember to Please remember to click like and subscribe. And look, thank you very much for your time and patience this morning. And thank you to all my new subscribers too. I know there's still not floods of them, but I do appreciate everyone who does subscribe, and I hope you're getting the content that you want from my channel. And if you have a suggestion on something you'd like read on, whether it's something contemporary or current affairs type, or whether it's one of my delving into historical events, please let me know. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.